Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? How's
Yo,
everyone
yo, yo,
doing?
yo, yo.
Yo,
You like my ads?
yeah, I saw your ads. They're pretty cool. We'll see how they go.
Bro. Oh,
Yo, welcome everyone. How's everyone's
wait, what is
day?
this? Good.
Yeah, good. That's
Finished.
good.
Just finished like a 10-hour shift, bro.
Fair enough. So, yeah, how's everyone doing with their store-wise?
Dog shit.
Cooking? Oh, pretty good. Six fries, not bad. Yeah, I'd love to get to know some of you guys. How come black people play victim when they get pulled over by cops? What? That's so random. Um,
Wait, what are you reading from?
so there's a beginner call chat inside. Yo, Kenny's cooking up. Good stuff. $38,000 in 2 months? One and a bit months. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I ran out of stock.
Oh, fair enough. How's the stock looking now?
Yeah. I'm pretty much just sold out again. I'm fulfilling manually here in Australia. So
Oh,
I've
interesting.
just placed another order. I just paid a deposit for my supplies. So hopefully
Oh,
get
nice.
it arrived by Black Friday.
Yeah, 100%. You gotta make sure you got stock for Q4 because that's where all the buying intent is. And if you don't have stock, then you're screwed, essentially.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where in Australia are you from?
Gold Coast.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm from Sydney.
Oh, sweet as. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Alright.
want to try and move it over to to try testing out fulfilling some stuff from China. But I don't really know how to do it.
How come you
Like everything
haven't?
with China.
Oh, interesting. How
What's
come
that?
you haven't done that yet?
I don't know. I just like sort of holding it physically and sort of shipping it out just for I suppose quality control and that sort of thing.
Oh,
Um,
really? So you actually
I don't
manually
know. That's
ship
just
them?
how I learned how to do it. So
Fair enough. Yeah. Like, obviously, all of us here we do drop shipping, right? And no one here holds stock in their house, do they? I assume not. So, yeah, the supplier basically just ships everything out for us and we don't have to do any work, which is pretty good.
yeah,
But
yeah, that's sick.
I guess the only problem with that is like the shipping times could be a little bit, like maybe 10 days or so for the customer to receive their items. And sometimes that could be a game changer for, loyal customers, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I think I need to. I've just been reading heaps. I listened to your last call about like need to find like a private supplier and that sort of thing. I think.
Yeah. I have a private supplier in my Discord and yeah, they're pretty good. And I use them. Yo, every time I click add to cart, it sends me straight to my homepage. Do you think Kaching would fix it or any suggestions? So that is probably your theme, and I would probably get a better theme. Like it's probably something wrong with your actual Shopify theme. I use Shrine 1.43, which is like the latest version, and it's pretty good. So yeah. Can I start with
What's your question
1K?
for?
Honestly, with paid ads, I recommend starting with at least 3 to 4K because you'll be spending a lot of money, you know, on wasted ad spend, learning, and yeah, I think 3 to 4K is probably good enough to start. It's better if you have a steady flow of income as well. But yeah,
What's your thoughts on high CPM?
high CPMs, there could be a lot of
Yeah,
factors for high CPMs. It could be either
yeah.
your ads are not unique enough, which means you're basically targeting the same people every other competitor is targeting. So you have to
Yep.
differentiate yourself with the competition a bit. Or there's a lot of competition, or you're targeting very narrow, which means like there's not enough
Yeah.
people to
I'm
see your
using
ad that
broad.
resonate with your ad. So
I was using Advantage Plus, so
yeah, I mean, yeah, I use it too. Like everyone should be using broad. Everyone should be
yeah.
targeting people within their ads and not actually in their settings. So yeah, your ads might just not resonate with a lot of
Oh,
people. That's why your CPMs could be high. Usually, I don't blame high CPMs with, ad accounts or,
yeah.
yeah. So it's usually your creatives that cause your CPMs to be high.
What would you say like a high CPM is? In what range?
Usually, I'd say above $70 USD, that's considered pretty high.
Because mine are right now at 50 NZ, which is like 25 US. Is that all good or?
I think that's fine. Like $30 USD CPMs, that's pretty good. I highly recommend getting your
Sweet.
other stats well, like click through rate, and make sure.
It's been.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. It's been the first day in CTR's like around 2%, but I've got two sales already, so I'm just letting it run for another 2 days, see how it does.
Yeah, interesting. Like with a 2%
Yeah.
CTR, imagine if you were at a 5% CTR, you would have had four sales,
Yeah.
right? So to get higher CTRs, you really need to just test more hooks and more image variations to really try and resonate with as many viewers as possible so that they click through your ad to your product page or landing page, whatever. So, yeah,
Sweet.
I feel like there's no such thing as
Because
saturated product, especially with the native method. Your success depends on finding the right marketing angle. This is obvious, but just sharing my thoughts. Yeah, I totally agree with that. If you somehow find a different way to market something, you'll have an edge in the market and you can easily capitalize on that. You can sell the most saturated product and still make it work. So keep that in mind. What's your target ROAS for profitable campaigns? I tend to not look at ROAS. I think you guys need to understand that ROAS isn't the only metric you guys should be looking at. You guys should also be focusing at like, click through rate, CPMs and CPCs, and obviously how cheap your add to carts are at high scale, because that's what's gonna be able to let you scale your budgets up further. If you have a good ROAS at low scale, that doesn't mean anything, because if all your other metrics are bad, you honestly just got lucky with those sales, and you can't scale your budgets with $3 CPCs or like a 1% CTR. Like that's just not possible, right? So yeah, the more saturated the product, the better, more demand. I totally agree with that. The more demand there is for a product, there's it's easier for you to make money, I guess, because you know that there's people who want your product. You just need to sell them your product in a way that other competitors haven't done. So I've been running GMV max and getting 2.5 ROAS, not got the full range of metrics like Facebook or TikTok Ads Manager. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm guessing it's TikTok Shop. I've never done TikTok Shop ads, so yeah, I'm not quite sure with that. Sorry. Just sell the problem, pain, and solution to it is your product. Yeah, just sell a. I like to think of it as this, like sell a solution to a problem that people didn't even know they had. That is how you're gonna really scale, because Like, that's how you know your marketing is amazing, if that makes sense. Yeah, saturated angles, not products. So, for example, like, you know those like little cologne sample things? Instead of selling it as a travel accessory, which every other person is selling it as, you could sell them as a way to, well, I've seen this online, but people can sell it as a way to steal cologne from stores or something. Like, that is a different angle which you can, target, that could have a huge TAM, total awareness market. So my CPMs are around $10, but my CTR is around 1% or less, and CPC $1.50. I think my AOV of $120 is saving me right now. Yeah, you just need to make better ads, man. Like, imagine if you had even a 2% CTR, your CPC would be cut in half. So really dial down on your hooks and your hooks, and make them resonate with your customers more, I guess. Should you focus into one product or category of niche as a beginner? I would honestly focus on one product at a time, and as a beginner, the easiest niches to get into, probably health niche, and yeah, don't go into clothing or anything, because with clothing, like, it just simply won't work, because with clothing, your product has to be visually appealing, and people will only buy if it's visually appealing. Like, there's nothing to it. So yeah. If I am a beginner and I want to run ads, what would be the best PR method for me? Library or burner? The best method for finding products, I highly recommend using a spy tool such as Get Hooked, Calodata even, and all those. And yeah, like, if you use Spycom, which is a tool I use, it basically comes with every single spy tool you can think of for $30. So it's really good. And it's in the resources on my Discord if you guys want to check it out. So for $30 you get like Get Hooked, Calidata, even some AIs, and like transcript AIs, everything. So I think it's pretty good. What's your tips on video ads? Things that the ad must have, like hooks, etc. So when I mean hooks, I literally just mean the first even 5 seconds of the video, or the first 10 words of your primary text. Like, if you get that down right, your customers will read it and be like, wow, they'll be more curious to keep reading or keep watching the video, which is where you can really sell them the product. So your hook actually really matters. When you just focus on one product, you just fill your store up with random likable products, or you just run one product store. I want a one product store. So simply speaking, I have one product, like one hero product, and then I sell, like, the most I'll do is sell upsells, which are similar products that I can bundle with the main product to really increase my average order value. Because if you increase your average order value, and you have like shit metrics, uh, you know, you'll still be somewhat profitable or break even if you have bad metrics, because yeah. Oh, good, bro. What if I wanted to run a jewelry niche store with multiple jewelry? Yeah, I mean, you can definitely do that. It's just, as a beginner, I really think it's harder to crack down visually appealing products, because like, it's really hard to find desires or whatever with jewelry or clothing or anything that's visually appealing. That's why I tend to sell, health products, because there's a lot of desires you can tap into. For example, with a like back pain massager. Like you can target all sorts of people and you know exactly what their pain points are. Like they have neck pain, back pain, whatever. And you can target very specifically, like office workers, grandpas, grandmas, whatever. So yeah, with jewelry, it's definitely possible, but definitely harder to crack as a beginner. So yeah, are plushies and girly gift things good products? I know people that sell like I know someone who does 20K days consistently with plushies, but the plushies are fully custom made and stuff. It is definitely possible, but yeah, your marketing has to be on point with plushies, I guess. And like I said, it's very hard to crack down with sort of visually appealing products. And those are more seasonal products as well, like gift products. Most likely you'll only be able to sell them during Q4 or something like that. So keep that in mind. Don't sell anything seasonal because yeah, it will be very sad when you don't make profit during winter. Sorry, during summer in the US. Yeah. Do you think you can be profitable with Supplefull cogs? I would not use Supplefull just because Supplefull. Okay, so if anyone doesn't know what Supplefull is, it's basically a sourcing thing for supplements, and I don't recommend using Supplefull just because they are honestly charging a lot for supplements and they are dropshipping you. So you're their method. Even though private suppliers are also dropshipping you, they're not making as much money as what Supplefull is making. So yeah, I highly recommend just using a private supplier in that case. I run supplements and it's hard to find free gifts to add. Do you recommend ebooks? Yeah, free ebooks definitely work. So add them in. Like it doesn't take that long to fully AI generate an ebook. So yeah, and just think outside the box. You're always going to be able to think of free gifts to add. Like you're just not thinking outside the box enough if you can only think of adding ebooks to your free gifts. Do you think tableware and glassware sets are profitable to sell? Like I said, they're very visually appealing products, and it's very hard to crack down as a beginner. I highly recommend I highly recommend selling something that solves a problem and has a huge demand and market for them. Although tableware and glassware does, it's just hard to ship as well. Like, yeah, imagine, you know, selling that and the customer is unhappy because the glassware is cracked. So, yeah. Do you rip or edit your own creatives? So, with my creatives, I run organic image ads. That's what I do. And they're fully custom made. I don't rip any content. I don't rip TikTok videos, blah, blah, blah. All I use is AI. And yeah, I make all my ads myself. And that's what I teach. I think it's a really good method to easily crack, 100K months. So yeah. I'm planning a general women fashion store. I have product that gives me wonderful sales a day. I find it quite hard to use the data. How do you analyze the data? CPC, CPM. So with that, like I said, it really just depends. Um, yo, can you mute please?
What
Okay.
the fuck?
I muted him. It's fine. So it's hard to look at data because you don't have much data to look at. And that just simply means you can't scale because your creatives are bad. So I highly recommend just doubling down on your creatives and making more creatives because it is light and day and it's very obvious when you can scale. It's very obvious if you have a winning creative. Like it instantly gets sales and stuff. And that's how you know you have a winning creative. If you were to find a new product today, how would you find that new product? So I actually do product research calls in my Ecom Elite, and yeah, I use tools like Get Hooked to find my products. And although it's quite expensive, like all these tools, Calo Data, Get Hooked, whatever, like it will cost you a lot of money. So I highly recommend using something called Spycom, which is in my resources for free. So check that out. It's like $30 a month. You get every single tool you can ever think of, and I use that to find my products. It's pretty good. Did Claude carry the design and angle selection with your 100K month store? I mean, are the winning angles and design made with AI? So with Claude, it writes really good copy and stuff. With the winning angles and designs, I obviously did a lot of work myself as well. Like I did a lot of research on Reddit and stuff to really dial down on where the demand actually is and what customers are actually looking for. And that's really how I found my winning angles and desires as well. Like AI did help me a lot to look at, find the products in the right direction. But overall, I also did a lot of work finding the desires myself. I hope that makes sense. What do you think about supplements, bro? With supplements, yeah, they're good. Like, if you can really get them to work and have MRR going on, like, it's really good money. Like, you can market supplements on break even and still be profitable because you have a lot of money coming in through subscriptions from the back end. So, yeah. By the way, what do you look for a click-through rate in your landing page? How do you go about optimizing your landing pages, assuming conversion rate wasn't consistent? So honestly, just test a lot of landing pages. Like if one landing page isn't working and it's doing like pretty bad compared to what your other landing pages are doing, just test more. Like you'll only know the answer if you test more things, like test different variables, test different headlines, test different stories. Like all these things, they really compound over time if you just test a lot and a lot. And that goes for everything. Like stop asking questions like, oh, will this image ad work? Will this primary text work? Like how am I meant to know? I'm not Meta, right? You just gotta test. Let your money spend on Meta and see what the results give you. Like unfortunately, that's the best way to do it. So yeah, you just gotta spend money on Meta and trust Meta and see where it takes you. When you start doing 500 to 1K on pretty much every test, how far would you say you... Sorry, I don't know what you're trying to say, Shrey. Only images. Yes, I run basically, I'd say like 95% of my whole ad account is image ads. So yeah. And everyone who's in my paid community, they're also trying the method, and yeah, a lot of people have found success with it as well. So it's pretty cool. Do you know a private supplier without MOQ and full customization? Yes, my own private supplier can do customization and stuff, but you do need an MOQ. Like that's with every private supplier. If you're at that stage, you need MOQ for customization. If I wanted to run a product that is already branded and rip the images from their site, should I rebrand them or leave them as is? I would rebrand them always. Don't ever directly rip someone else's work and use them as your own. That's prone for DMCAs and stuff. So yeah, I learned the hard way. I remember one of my products had a DMCA and I had to relaunch it with all new images and stuff, and that was just a pain because it was like in the middle of the night, and this was before my main product, but like my ads were just wasted because Meta was sending customers to a 404 page. So yeah, How do we prep for Q4? Run something up now, scale it now, get consistent at it, make a lot of creatives, and once you have that really nice foundation built up, you can essentially just cruise along in Q4 and scale up. Like Q4 will give you a boost in your sales, and you'll know that there's a lot more buying intent and stuff. Although your CPMs get higher and stuff, overall your buying intent should be higher as well. So yeah. Do you use Reddit research manually or do you use AI for that? Both. I use both. So I do Reddit research myself and I use AI to analyze forums for me too. So a bit of both. Like while AI is analyzing forums, I have a whole prompts document in my elite resources, but once it's doing that, I am essentially searching through Reddit myself as well. So yeah, don't waste time. When AI is doing something for you, go out of your way and do some of your own research as well. So yeah, test. Correct. To make money, you gotta spend money. That is very important. There's no easy way out of paid ads. You have to spend money to make money, unfortunately. So yeah, what country do you sell to? So I do Big Four plus New Zealand. So supplemental for validation, then switching to private supply is the play, right? If you don't have 10K to burn upfront. Honestly, why not just use a private supply to begin with? Like some private supplies, the private supply I use, there's no like MOQ, whatever. But once I'm at scale, like she can get prices down for me as well. So yeah, she's really good. Are your image ads going to regular landing page or is it going to an advertorial? I'd say, yeah, like most of my image ads are going to advertorials now because I've really dialed down on making my advertorials work and they basically boost my conversion rate because essentially I'm bringing in cold traffic to my advertorials and basically they're going through this whole funnel, right? And my advertorials are basically making my customers more and more warm, and by the time they get to my product page, they will just buy my product. So dial down on your marketing and yeah. How did you test and roughly how much revenue did you do? Because I'm doing about 500, 1,000 on every test now, but I just can't get it profitable. But I feel like I'm closer to a winner with every test. Yeah, I mean, that's really good. Like, you honestly just have to keep testing and testing, unfortunately. Like, test different variables, test different winning variables, combine winning variables together for your creators. Like, have a hit rate tracker. So what that is it's basically a spreadsheet where you put all your ads into it and all your learnings into it, and yeah, you basically learn off of that and see where you can improve on for your image ads. How do you get your private supplier? It's in Ecom Elite, and basically my private supplier, you text her on WhatsApp and she can literally source any product for you. And she has really good prices. Like I've talked to like thousands, okay, not thousands, but like I've talked to a lot of different private suppliers and yeah, like they're all scamming me. So yeah. Do image ads actually print, bro? People are saying this shit. What's your CPA? Bro, do image ads actually print? Are you serious? Any any format works as long as you have the right messaging. Any format works. So you can literally argue that image ads are even better than video ads because they're way easier to make. You can still easily portray the right messaging that a video can without the visual aspect, obviously. But yeah, any format works. Your messaging is the most important bit. the different countries have different CPMs or like revenue. Like $50 in, yeah, 100%. Like in the United States, it's known to have the highest CPMs. So in European countries and stuff, yes, your CPMs will be a lot lower. But that also means that it tends to mean that the buying intent will also be lower as well. CPM reflects on basically like your competition and how likely you are to, get sales and stuff. Like having a $1 CPM doesn't mean it's a good thing, because that just means, yeah, like Meta is giving you very low intent customers. That's why people don't, you know, target the Philippines or something, because the CPMs are just so cheap and no one will want to buy your stuff, even with the best marketing. When you test a new product, do you keep uploading new designs, angles to the campaign? Yes. Why would you ever stop? Why would you ever stop? Can you please explain this private supply in depth, how it works, where to find them, how to start using them, assuming people are going from 0 to 1? So honestly, how I find them, you just need connections. Like with my current private supplier, a mate of mine recommended her to me, and that's how I found her. And like the guy is a 7-figure dropshipper, so, and he uses her, so she's pretty good. And another way you can find private suppliers, honestly, 1688 is where you source products. You can literally just DM people under the products, and yeah, find your suppliers like that as well. Like I know people who do that. So cold funnel traffic is meta ads, advertorial, product page. Correct. That is what cold traffic is basically. That is also the cheapest traffic. So if you can somehow bring cold traffic to warm traffic and get sales that way, bro, you've made it. Is it normal to have higher CPMs when warming up a new pixel? Honestly, I wouldn't really blame your pixel or whatever due to high CPMs. I would honestly blame your creatives. What if you can't get a sale with product page as the landing page when testing desires, even though metrics are looking good, 4 to 5% CTR and CPC under $1.50? Would you create an advertorial with the desire getting the most spend and best metrics? Honestly, that is a good call, but you should realistically be able to get sales to your product page. Like maybe the messaging on your product page isn't resonating with people. So yeah, that could be the issue. How much money do you recommend to start for buying the product and running ads? Testing phase. I would usually test with $100 budget USD, but you can get away with $50 USD budget for testing, and you don't even have to buy the product to test. Like you don't have to film the product yourself. You can simply just have the product and have photos of it and just use AI, rip content even on TikTok. Like, yeah, but I highly recommend doing my method, which is organic image ads. Like they are so easy to make and stuff. What's your CPA, bro, on average for your image ads campaign? My CPA on average is like, I think $50, but I'm very profitable. $50 to $60, and my AOV is pushing like 150. More than 150 actually. So yeah. Which AI do you use to make image ads? I use Higgsfield, and Higgsfield is amazing. Higgsfield is basically a wrapper for all your image AIs like Nano Banana, ChatGPT AI, and stuff like that. And I use Nano Banana instead of Higgsfield because you can generate multiple images at once, and it's really easy to use. I don't have to wait around, because if you're using Gemini, which you still can, you can only generate one image at a time, and it just takes a long time to generate. So that's why I recommend using Higgsfield, because I can generate 4 images at a time and just spam a button and have like 20 images in under a minute. So yeah, it just saves my time, and I think it's worth it. Best market for testing, the United States, always. or what else you can do is simply test the big four. So United States, Australia, Canada, and the UK. Just put all of them in one campaign and just run it at like $100 budget and see where Meta puts all your spend to. That's also another way. You don't have to limit yourself just to the United States. I'm doing clothing that solves problems that other jeans have and will be running UGC ads. Do you recommend running image ads as well? Image ads for jeans are more like retargeting ads, I'd say. So yes, sure. Like with, like I said, with visually appealing products, your image ads are really limited to just 50% off, or Labor Day sale, or Christmas sale. Like, what you can't really do much with image ads with appealing products, but you can do so much more with image ads with pain solving products. I referred to purchasing the products from the supplier and the costs to store them. How do you recommend to store them? So I don't know what you mean. Are you registered under a sole trader or PTY Ltd? Looking to get a credit card, but I have no experience. I my my stores are registered under a PTY Ltd. So that is basically just a business, a private company, and my credit card is under a private company. So it's all, I am not liable, basically. It's a separate entity to me. I'm assuming you sell some topical. When you started, did you use AliExpress to source? No, I never used AliExpress to source. I only use my private supplier to source straight up, because it's a waste of time for me to, you know, go on AliExpress, purchase it, and then do all that. Like, I don't have time for that. I connect my private supplier straight to my store and tell her to just ship out the items for me. What's the go with USA tariffs at the moment? If I start sending from China, just go for it. Like, tariffs aren't really gonna affect you that much. So yeah, that's all a myth. Best research product for you and metrics you always push on to final choice. I'm guessing you mean like best spy tools. So I use Get Hooked, and best metrics to look at. Like, I look at competitors, and if they're doing about 300K a month plus, that's a decent product, and there's demand for that product. So yeah, I would consider running something doing at least 200 to 300K plus. And to work that out, simply use SimilarWeb, which is an extension on your Chrome, and you can see how many sessions they do every month. And with those sessions, you can times that by 0.03, which is the average conversion rate, 3%, of all stores globally, and times that by their average order value, which you can work out yourself, roughly. Does your landing page have to reflect on desires of your ads on Meta? Of course. Like, you're bringing the customer with that desire to your website. You have to align it with their beliefs and their desires. When you said best niche for beginners is health, did you mean supplements or health-related products like massages? I meant more like health-related products like massages and stuff, but supplements definitely work as well. You using an Amex, bro? Need a gold one. Yeah, I use the gold Amex to basically do my ad spend, and it's really easy. I'm now running a general women fashion store in Poland. I feel like it isn't scalable. I want to try your method, so I joined the program. Gonna switch from general to branding. Yeah, man, like, why not give the US a crack? I think it's much more bigger market for you to get into and way more profits to be made. Although Poland is definitely a growing market. Like, I was even planning on running something into Poland, but I was limited because I didn't have one of their essential payment processes, Blick, or whatever it's called, and yeah, that kind of stopped me from running into Poland. But Poland is a growing market, and there's definitely demand in Poland as we speak. Like, so yeah. Do you have multiple product pages with different messaging to be congruent with advertorials? Um, Honestly, I don't. I literally just have one product page, and it does its job by resonating with like all the desires mainly together. Like your job should be making your advertorials meet the messaging. And by the time the customer is on your product page, they're already in such a buying mood that they will just buy. Like your product page shouldn't be doing more selling. Your actual creative and your advertorial should be doing all the selling. Have you ever had a credit not processed dispute? I got one today, but don't know what it is. Um, I'm not quite sure what you mean by credit not processed. Disputes are normal. Like every e-commerce brand experiences disputes. Honestly, just provide the dispute with the correct information and stuff, and that's all you can really do, I'm afraid. Do I need to send stock to her upfront, or can I start out with her just buying one by one per order until I find market demand in another country? Of course, with a private supplier, you can simply just buy one by one and it will work. So, yeah. How did you get Amex in Australia? Have around 100k revenue and believe I'm eligible for something, but have no clue what steps to take. So, if you want an Amex in America, sorry, Amex in Australia, Google Amex on Google and simply just apply for one, bro. Use my referral. I get 100,000 extra points and you get like 300,000 if you use my referral. So that's pretty cool. Let me know if you guys are signing up for Gold American Express cards. Any videos or advice with creating winning statics? Yeah, man, like I have a few videos in the community, and yeah, I essentially teach how I make my winning creatives and stuff, and I think it's really cool. I think you could get some more conversions with congruent product pages, of course, but your main goal right now is to get congruent advertorials and creatives. That is your highest level. Like, stop worrying about the small things like ad account, structures, all that. Like, that's not really going to move the needle much. Focus on the things that actually move the needle, which is really getting your messaging right for the right avatar and stuff like that. Oh yeah, by the way, you guys can all unmute and speak. Like, yeah, you guys don't have to text in the chat, by the way.
Everyone is acting super gay. What the hell?
Run a closing sale and then double down on your program. Bro, I know stores that do fake clothing sales and make a lot of money like that. Like, it's scammy, but yeah, go for it. I mean, whatever makes you money, bro. Like, I know I saw this like tweet the other day, not the other day, but like a week ago, and it was basically this store was saying like how their grandma died and their store was closing and everything is like 50% off, whatever. Like, yeah, these dropshippers, man, they do anything for the money, bro. It's crazy. Don't I need to register a business beforehand or some shit? Yeah, register a PTY Ltd. It costs like $600 and you can get it done in a day. And once you do that, just instantly register a Gold Amex card. Like, that's literally what I did, and it took 2 days for me to get approved for my Gold Amex instantly. What product payments do I take if I'm under 18? For example, I can't take PayPal. Use your parents. That's what I do. Use your parents' stuff, unfortunately. It's so easy, bro. Take your current monthly revenue and multiply. Yeah, that's what I would do as well with getting Amex. Alright, yeah, sure. If any of you guys have like personal questions for me, send me a DM. I will get back to you guys after this call. It will be chaotic if we all speak. I'm sure it wouldn't. Yeah, give me a DM if you're having trouble accessing the WAP and it's not like connecting your Discord, whatever. I will, yeah, help you fix it. Oh yeah, organic is also cooked. Like there's people selling slippers and promoting it as their grandma made it. Like, yeah, dropshippers are crazy, bro. Yeah, sure, Kaz, just give me a DM. Bro, $600 is not a lot to register a PTY LTD. Just go for it, bro. Like, you need to spend money to make more money back. Stop being stingy with your money. Like, if you want to make more money, just spend more money. Obviously, smartly, not like stupidly, but yeah. I have a US LLC, but I'm not a US resident. How can I apply for an Amex? I am not sure. Google. We have ChatGPT, bro. It's 2025. This is an AUS bloke selling a saturated product to a new market. It's insane. Oh, no way. How do you know his store? And I didn't know he was from US. So I didn't know he was from Australia. I thought he was from the US. That's pretty cool. Do you still use Shopify payments? I have had my address coming up on bank statements and appearing on customers' payments for some reason. Apparently that's linked to Shopify payments. Yes, I use Shopify payments. Like it works and it does the job, so I just use it. Like other options are Stripe or AirwallX even. Like I know someone who uses AirwallX that does like $1 million in Q4, which is pretty cool, using AirwallX. So yeah, I've had no issues with Shopify payments actually. So yeah. I just don't want my personal address coming up. I think it only shows like your. It doesn't show your address. It shows your location, like rough location. I'm not sure. But yeah, yeah, like uh, and it also shows your phone number. So just get a separate phone number or whatever. But honestly, like I've done like a lot of sales. Like I don't really think the customers care that much. So yeah. That's insane. I'll check out his store soon after this. I'm actually quite curious because, yeah, I've been following Lin Trin and he's cool. I didn't know he was from Australia though. Thought he was American. Anyone else have any like specific questions for me? More than happy to answer them right now. Is there a specific theme you use for your stores? Honestly, stop worrying about the themes. I could literally use Dawn theme right now and still, you know, make 100k. I use Shrine theme cracked 1.4.3. It's like the newest Shrine theme. It's in my community, so if you guys want the latest Shrine theme, for free, check it out. You don't have to pay the $200 for the key or whatever. Okay, yeah, if SimilarWeb says that store is doing 18k monthly visitors, then yeah, I don't think it would be Lin Trin's store because with $800,000 in monthly revenue, that's probably looking at 200k to 300k monthly visitors. So yeah. Maybe it's like a second store of his or something. But yeah, that's pretty interesting, I guess. Anyone else got any last questions for me before I head off today? Yo, thanks everyone here for staying and just listening. Like, Everyone here right now obviously wants to make it big in ecom and learn a lot of value.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All good, guys. Yeah, you guys will all make it. Like, you just need time and really just put in the work. You don't need like motivation bullshit or whatever. Just put in the work and you will get it. Like, yeah, if you really want it bad, you will do whatever you can to get to the end result, which is, for me, the reason why I wanted to do like e-commerce was I wanted freedom. Like, I wanted to be able to, you know, do whatever I want whenever I want. Obviously, once I'm doing it now, it's like different because, you have to at least spend a couple hours maintaining your store, making new ads, blah blah blah, all this and that. But yeah, I can make money still wherever I want, and I can still, not have to worry about my stores every second of the day. Like, I can take a 1 day break if I wanted to tomorrow and not have to worry about anything. Like, so yeah, I don't want to work construction anymore. My body is killing. I want freedom and health. Yeah, man. Like, doing something online is like the closest to freedom, in my opinion. Hypothetically, if you were kicked out of your parents' house, do you think you would survive on your own? Of course, man. Like, I think I can definitely survive on my own. Like, most of the things I pay for myself now. Like, I rarely ask my parents to pay for something. I don't think I have in a while, actually. What are you doing with your profits, Mikko? So good to see someone so young killing it. What am I doing with my profits? Honestly, just not really doing much with it, to be honest. Like, I'm still spending a lot of money on ads and stuff. It's just kind of sitting in my bank account. So, yeah. Definitely have to do something with it. I was honestly thinking of, maybe investing into the S&P 500 or something like that. But I'm not sure. Like, I do need to put my money somewhere. I can't just let it sit in my bank account. Yeah. Start investing in ETFs. Do you have a team? Yes, I do have a team. Like, a small team. I have a VA which does all my emails and stuff, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I have a video editor that helps me edit videos, so I also don't have to worry about that anymore. And with my image ads, they're so easy to make. That's why I recommend doing organic image ads, that I can just crank a bunch of them in the span of maybe 2 hours. Like, I reckon I could comfortably run 3 stores at once using the organic image ad method fully. So I might do that. Are you gonna stay in AUS or get a tax residency overseas? Honestly, for now, probably just stay in Australia. Although the tax is very high, yeah, like, that's what you have to pay to live in such a beautiful country, right? Yeah, you're right. I gotta put my money somewhere, so that is soon to come. When you're 18, get out of Australia while you can, save your taxes. Yeah, 100%. Are you using onlinejobs.ph for hiring? Yes, I am. If you guys need to hire anyone, use onlinejobs.ph to find people. They are really good. You can get really cheap Filipino workers for like $4 an hour or something. It's very cheap. Planning on moving somewhere, USA, Europe? Honestly, I really want to see what the United States is like. That would be fun. Can organic images work for organic dropshipping? That's a very good question. It honestly could, but I'm not quite sure how Facebook algorithm works with organic posts. And with organic, you got to remember, with paid ads, right? you're paying Facebook to bring you the exact customers that want your product. With organic, Facebook is kind of just pushing it to whoever engages with your content. That's why there's things called engagement campaigns, sales campaigns, lead campaigns, all sorts of those things. So yeah. Yeah, tax in Australia is ridiculous, but I guess that's kind of what you have to pay for to live in Australia, right? With Shopify payments, payouts, should I link it to Revolut or yeah, I link my Shopify payouts to Revolut and it's been perfectly fine. So yeah. Yo, chill. Alright, this guy's getting server muted. Any last questions before I go? This was a great call. I like answering everyone's questions. I hope I helped some people here, and I hope everyone learned something new that they can use themselves to scale up their stores. How are you currently looking for products for your stores? I run one product stores or hero product stores, so there's literally only one product on my store. And to find products, I use tools like Get Hooked. You can also use Calodata. You can even use Reddit, ChatGPT. There's so many ways to find products. Just be unique. Stop doing what everyone else is doing. Just be more unique, I guess. And you will find some very cool products that have demand for them, which means you can sell them. And if you want like all the tools you can ever think of, check my resources. There's a tool called Master Key Spycom, which is like $30 a month, and you get every single spy tool you can ever think of and every single AI tool you can think of. It's really cool. And how it works is basically everyone shares the same accounts, and yeah, you guys all benefit from having every single spy tool and stuff you can ever think of, right? Of course, man. If you guys have any help or questions after the call, just give me a DM, and if I have spare time, I will look into your DMs and stuff. So yeah. All good, guys. Well, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later. I hope I can do more calls like this, maybe every week or something. So yeah, all good, bro. Take care, guys.